It is 6 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. A blessed and beautiful one to you and yours. Welcome to African Diaries. A big thank you has to go out to the team that is the team of Innocent Samosa on Africa World Hour. He's back with you again tomorrow between 9 and 10 p.m. Central African time. Now, what to expect on the show today? We talk trends. And what we are seeing is that there's a particular trend happening in KZN, South Africa. And I suppose the tagline is KZN to the world. So in the very first hour of the show, we have an opportunity to look at Lindani's work that continues to unfold across the continent. He's an award-winning filmmaker, and we see that he's officially set to showcase his films at various festivals, including the Mashakiri African Film Festival in Kigali, Rwanda, on the 22nd all the way through to the 29th of November 2025. And then we see that he will be in Accra, Ghana between the 28th and the 30th of November. And then, of course, before returning home and to showcase his work, of course, at the Umlazi International Film Festival that takes place between the 27th and the 29th of November. What a busy man. We have an opportunity to have a sit down with him in the very first hour. Then in the second hour of the show, we are going to be speaking to a DJ whose sixth sense, and this for me is one of the most remarkable stories I've ever heard. DJ Mgiji is a visually impaired DJ. However, what he does is he utilizes sound, and he says that the experience creates a tangible setting for him in front of his audiences. That, for me, is a mystery I want to unpack. I don't know about you, but something about that excites me, so much so that they went on to put out a documentary that details out the life and times of the DJ, and it has showcased in various spaces, including Finland as a country at a film festival. And so today we're talking all things film, KZN to the world, but also some really rare, extraordinary talent that is sharing stories across the continent and the globe at large. It is 10 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. Find us on social media on WhatsApp, +27 6340 9126, on X, on Instagram, on TikTok, everywhere else. Find us on @ChannelAfrica1.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno le diamant rouge et Binal Sport depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions. Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
When the sun goes down, we don't stop the talk. Channel Africa, the best nighttime radio.
Destination Africa. Corruption, destination Africa. Gouvernance ensablée d'Africa. Les guerres et génocides Africa. United Nations aussi a décidé dans son programme de développer Africa. Diminuer sa pauvreté, diminuer sa pandémie du sida, diminuer le décès de ses enfants, diminuer tout ce qu'elle doit, toi, maman. Africa. Aider.
Aider Africa.
Promesse d'équité.
Aider Africa.
Solidarité.
Aider Africa.
L'illusion c'est faux, mais le rêve est permis.
Aider Africa.
Afrique qui fera son chemin, vaille que vaille.
Aider Africa.
Ma fierté négro s'appelle le mambo.
Aider Africa.
Nous sommes dans le même bateau.
Aider Africa.
Africa fera son chemin, vaille que vaille.
Aider Africa.
Ma fierté négro s'appelle le mambo.
Aider Africa.
Nous sommes dans le même bateau.
African Diaries, weekdays, 10 till midnight.
Holy fire, holy water, holy money, only money, only money, only money. We are woody fire, woody thunder, only money, only money, only money. And let the mare bless you with body, oh baby. Oh. Star boy go bless you with money, oh my girl. And let the mare bless you with body, oh baby. Oh, star boy go bless you with money, oh my girl. Yeah, when I suck up, 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 baby. Suck up, suck up, suck up, suck up, suck up. Oh yeah, give him lock up, lock up, lock up, lock up. Oh yeah, give him baby. Suck up, suck up, suck up. Oh, when I come through, they know we survive, so they turn up all eyes on me now. So many things we fit to do with your mama, baby. Stop getting plenty money. Yeah, you know what you gotta do. Baby, she love for me, show me how to do. No doubt I'm the one for you. I'm the one for the TV every time you do. Your body like Orodo. Ọmọ yìí apọ̀yọ̀ máa tábọ̀ bolóṣó wà. Yeah. Sọkọ, 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 Sucker, baby. Sucker, oh yeah, give from lock up. Oh yeah, give from baby. Sucker.
Body, girl, you confuse my thinking with your body, girl, it's for you that I'm singing with your body, girl, come chop on my money, with your back on me, girl, come chop on my money, you make a man want smoke cannabis,
Sucker,
how my brain done reset,
sucker,
all I see now your way,
sucker,
girl, come on, you make me dance, I like the way your body stand back from you,
sucker,
baby, come juggle from you,
sucker,
make your body move from me,
sucker,
baby, come check bank up from you,
sucker, baby. Sucker, oh yeah, give from lock up. Oh yeah, give from baby. Sucker. Step in the place, the party's scatter. Make them surrender. Whether they give them what they need, yeah. Another hit, another one. Nicki Minaj to dance. Girl, I love the things you do, yeah. So baby, dance and dance to kusu, yeah. When you do that dirty wine, yeah. We are your baby, we are your body, yeah. Sucker. We are your baby, we are go crazy, we are your body, yeah. Sucker. Want to spend money, make me spend money, yeah. Sucker. We are your baby, we are go crazy, we are your body, yeah. Sucker, baby. Sucker. We are give from lock up. We are give from baby. Sucker. Let tomorrow bless you with body, oh baby. Star boy go bless you with money, oh my girl. Let tomorrow bless you with body, oh baby, oh. Hey. Star boy go bless you with money, oh my girl. Yeah, sucker, baby. Sucker. Oh yeah, give from lock up. Oh yeah, give from baby. Sucker.
Nighttime radio, just the way you like it. On Channel Africa, where the night comes alive. Turn the page. It's African Diaries on Channel Africa.
Yeah. Flip the music. Don't break me, don't use me, don't lose me, don't leave me in the dark. Do you trust me? Then give me your hand. I found you, you found me, who found who? No one cares what much. You should trust me. Give me your hand. You are living inside my head, rent free, baby. I was saying I hope and say who go feel. You are living inside my head, rent free, baby. I was saying I hope and say who go feel. Any be my wo, any money more, only baby I call or any wo. Now just MTT, my photo, nana air. Any be my wo, any money more, only baby I call or any wo. Now just MTT, my photo, nana air. Living inside my head, rent free, baby. I was saying I hope I say who go feel. You are living inside my head, rent free, baby. I was saying I hope I say who go feel.
It is 22 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time, rent free. Their beautiful number coming through. Before that, we had Starboy coming in with Soko. Thank you so much for choosing us over the rest. DSTV's 802 is what you are tuned into. If not, 628 on OpenView HD, you are more than welcome to find us on that SABC Plus app. However, I must urge you, come over to Channel Africa. Yeah, there is a plethora of content that you can consume, of course, afforded you courtesy by the SABC. However, I do want you to streamline to Channel Africa, more specifically rather to African Diaries. And then lastly, you can find us on our website, newly revamped, nicely neat, clean. If you're wondering if it's user friendly in terms of the interface, then trust you me, you're in for a treat. Find us on www.channelafrica.co.za. We're meant to be having our update feature at this very moment, but due to technical difficulties, we're going to need to hold back on that one. However, what I do promise to do is give you a headliner of every show that we usually cover. This is from the Rise and Shine team all the way through down to Africa in Business in just a short bit. For now, let's get some music.
Nighttime radio, just the way you like it, on Channel Africa, where the night comes alive.
Lango ya pembara muna muto na mwandewa Nge wa miwende nae na we mitenge yotiba na bomane wa obasan basa wanongola nie bomane baba miso bongo na tolino lango ya pembara muna muto na mwandewa
From Cape to Cairo, every beat tells a story. It's African Diaries on Channel Africa.
Kunhlanga zimuka noma uyadali ngicela itelepota dali enhlizweni yakho zofika maduze phakathi kwamabili u12 akulaleki ngathi ngiphuza ikoflela the enhlizweni yakho zofika maduze bayatela laba babonayo nsuku zonke mina ngibona ukuthi inyawo zami zingangifikisi sengifuna ezandleni sakho mase ringi iqiniso phela ngawe ngaphopha idayisi liroll usikisi ngapha ubaba njengeqiniso malava uchillis ngifuna ukubamela ubuhlungu khona ngifuna ukuhlala kwi-passenger seat with the roof gone wena udlala i-all-star I got Jimmy Choos on Drew Scott mina nawe shisa njenge-loose you say your ex used to play you like a good song mina ngile ngoma iphila ubusuku bonke jukebox mina ngile mbali wayithola kumdali yejabulisa idlozi nabasali isikhali isidalele thina baby yangali mhlawumbe sona sinenkani kodwa mina nawe sihlezi sineplani bengisahlanganisa lo cash ngizama ukuthola i-private jet ngizobona ukushare bayatela laba babonayo nsuku zonke mihla yonke bayatela laba babonayo nsuku zonke mihla yonke sengishuda ngeneza ngishini ape nize
igolide siliva uthi mangindize ngishaya izimpiko ngisondele duze mama ngisondele duze mama ngifuna sihambe siholide neMexico Stubala let's do it mama Stubala let's do it mama
Nomfundamo on this one alongside Black Diamonds, and this one titled Indizamshini. It is 33 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. If you have just joined us, welcome to it. I promised you a recap and this in headlines style. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting into the audio, but here's a sneak peek of what happened on Channel Africa this, I suppose, beautiful 23rd of October. It's a lovely Thursday evening. And from the morning, top of the morning, the Rise and Shine team had a focus on Nigeria's booming construction sector and the success of the Big Five Construct Nigeria. And they featured Jocelyn Hagemas, who spoke to that particular subject matter. And then we move on to Africa Update with Lulu Gabu, that looked at the Chadema deputy chair and the arrest of the chair. And they spoke to none other than Brenda Arupia, who is Chadema's spokesperson. On the upside, they focused on Sarah Langa's newest collaboration with Ashlux, celebrating African fashion and innovation. And then lastly, Africa in Business, a focus on Peter Mehlepe, who is an author of Africa, or rather Winning in Africa. And he spoke to Tami Ngubeni, the host of Africa in Business. That is how we sum up what has taken place across Channel Africa this beautiful Thursday, the 23rd of October, 2025. We're going to break back into music, but when we do get back, we get into our very first conversation. And we're looking at the film industry and how we're seeing stories intertwined, stories of different nations being told in different spaces. That comes your way in a short bit.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802. Africa's journeys. They're all on African Diaries. Nighttime radio, just the way you like it, on Channel Africa, where the night comes alive.
It's Chris with the drama boy.
Kutoka Manzabe, picha twazi twanga kisera, posti insta wanga kwa kera, baada ya chali kimoko. Cause I just wanna let them know I'm African beauty, African beauty, African beauty, you're my African beauty. Kutoka Mazabe, picha twaze twanga kisera, posti insta wanga kwa kera, bataja vikemoko. Cause I just wanna let them know African beauty, African beauty, you're my African beauty, you're my African beauty. And you know I deserve to be the one that takes you high. Timwili chumbani kila kona, benzi tali papa ngojera, uba kama tanga segera, kwa vino vya paikoko. Kutoka Manzabe, picha twazi twanga kisera, posti insta wanga kwa kera, baada ya chali kimoko. Cause I just wanna let them know I'm African beauty. Oh, you're mine, yes, you're mine, African beauty. I'm in love with you. There's nothing that wouldn't do. Get your blood as long as you want me to. I'm in love with you. There's nothing that wouldn't do. Get your green in for you.
Africa Speaks on African Diaries with Shayla Ndikumana.
Beautiful music coming through Diamond Platinums alongside Omarion, and that one titled African Beauty. Before that, we had Le Nubian, and they came in with Makeda, and then kick-starting off triple play. We had beautiful music coming in. That one titled Azishe alongside Chloe, I believe is the name. And that's the music that brings us to 48 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. If you have just joined us, welcome to it. This is African Diaries. Shayla Ndikumana keeping you company. And I've got you for the next hour and 12 minutes. Speaking about the time that we have together, I want to ask you a few questions about the world of film. So Innocent Samosa, as he was parting ways and giving me an opportunity to host you for the next 2 hours, asked me a very, very, very interesting question. What do you make of the film industry in 2025? What are your thoughts? What are your views? And I say this because a lot of magic, for the lack of a better word, is coming out of KZN. And we are seeing some beautiful, beautiful screenplays taken across not just the continent, but the globe at large. Our very first guest will have an opportunity to walk us through their airing that's taking place in various countries, Rwanda, Ghana, South Africa, just to name a few. And so we'll be getting to that in a short bit. But from me to you, I'd like to find out from you this evening. Tell me, what is your sentiment around the film industry? Specific to the African continent, are we developing? Are we regressing? What's your take? Find us on WhatsApp +27 6340 69126. It's back into the music.
Africa's voices, Africa's journeys. They all on African Diaries.
Yeah.
Flip the music.
Don't break me, don't use me, don't lose me, don't leave me in the dark. Do you trust me? Then give me your hand. I found you, you found me, who found who? No one cares what much. You should trust me. Give me your hand. You are living inside my head, rent free, baby. I was saying I hope and say who go fear. You are living inside my head, rent free, baby. I was saying I hope and say who go fear. Any bema wo, any money mo, any baby I call, don't any wo. Not just MTT, my putu, na na eh. Any bema wo, any money mo, any baby I call, don't any wo. Not just MTT, my putu, na na eh. Living inside my head, rent free, baby. I was saying I hope and say who go fear. You are living inside my head, rent free, baby. I was saying I hope and say who go fear.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
It is Jackie coming through representing Ghana on the playlist with that one titled Rent Free. A blessed and beautiful one to you and yours. This is African Diaries, 8 minutes before we dip into the next hour. Tonight we celebrate a KwaZulu-Natal-based award-winning filmmaker whose creative journey embodies how provincial investment in storytelling is transforming local talent into continental success. Lindani Mbense, born in Pietermaritzburg and raised in Mbali, is an award-winning documentary filmmaker and broadcaster. In July this year, he captured the Best Documentary Award at the Simon Mabunu Sabela KZN Film Awards, the province's highest film honor, hosted by the KwaZulu-Natal Tourism and Film Authority Films season. And we're going to be chatting to him, just looking at the prospects of what will take place, what will unfold in actual fact in the month that is to come. I know that November is a very busy month for Mr. Lindani, who joins us on the line this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to African Diaries.
Good evening and thank you very much.
Let's just start off with that busy schedule in November. A lot is happening. I see you're traveling to Rwanda and then you're going to Ghana. Then you are, coming back to South Africa. What's happening in the month of November?
Yeah, I think it's been a long time coming. I think this has been a very blessed year for me. As you mentioned, that in July I picked up the best documentary feature film for the documentary called Dr. Mbongeni Ngema, This Is My Story. And yeah, so since then it's just been, I don't know if I must say uphill or downhill, depending which one is better. In the month of November, first of all, I've been selected to screen at the Umlazi International Film Festival. That will be my screening will be taking place on the 26th of November, and then as it finishes, then I need to be off to Rwanda in Kigali for the Mashakiri film awards, also film festival rather. Also there I've been selected, amongst other documentaries within the African continent. So we'll be showcasing there. And then thereafter, it's going to be off to Ghana, Accra. They'll be hosting their film festival, and also the documentary is also been selected to screen there. And also I think I'm not too sure as yet, they're still going to announce, but some of the documentaries will be up for nomination at their awards at the end of the film festival. So we'll just have to see with time if the Dr. Mbongeni Ngema documentary will be one of those. So yeah, it all started here in KZN with the KZN Tourism and Film Authority. And there's also just been a lot that I've learned in the journey, because I've already done just one screening with the Film Authority, and you just get to learn a lot, as to what actually happens in putting these things together and what makes them successful and what people really want to see and want to watch.
Lindani, what's really exciting is this interconnectivity that we're creating. It's almost like we're creating a network of brilliance across the continent. I mean, you think from Rwanda to Accra to Umlazi. This is quite the distance traveled. Talk to me about the nuance in experience. What are you anticipating? I know that you have found yourself in various contexts that are not just limited to South African experiences. And so I just want to gauge from you in terms of the continent connecting through film. Is that something that you are seeing successfully happen, or is it something that we still need to work on?
I think if I go back to the time of when we speak about the Simon Mabunu Sabela Film Awards, so their tagline for this year was African Storytellers, Champions of African Storytellers. And I think, already that tells you that we're not looking at a province, we're not looking at a country, but we are looking at a continent. So at some point, that intercontinental activity and exchange needs to happen. There's a lot that can be learned from South Africa. And as South Africans, as we also travel across the continent, there's also a lot for us to be learned. I'm really looking forward to going to Rwanda. I've never been to Rwanda. I want to see, what Rwanda brings, because I think as a storyteller, the more educated you are about anything, more especially in this case, our continent, the more educated you are about other writers, other producers, other directors, interchanging, expertise, just talking about the different challenges that we might have within the different countries, the different challenges we might have within the industry. I think at some point, the more we come together, speak and mix, one day the gel will become one perfect situation. Because, traveling to Ghana, traveling to Rwanda, and also being involved in Umlazi, the more you gain from that, the easier it is. One day when I need an actor, if I may move you one day from Rwanda, you've got access. Because I think that one of the biggest things is when you need intercontinental exchange, to be calling someone in Kigali when you actually don't know anyone, becomes very difficult. But, once you get someone in each continent, someone in each country, then, it just makes your life much easier. So I'm really looking forward to going to Rwanda. I'm really looking forward to going to Ghana, Accra. So I'm wanting, I think most importantly, I'm still young when it comes to this space, especially in documentaries. So I've still got a lot to learn, and I'm willing to learn, and I want to learn. So these travels, I think, will be a huge gain for me.
I think one thing that we ought to speak about is that you were a broadcaster, right? And you
Yes.
moved you in actual fact your family at this end. And we'll get into that conversation in a short bit. I want to touch base on your thoughts and views on the development of film across the continent, right? We've always known that to an extent there was a lag between us and other continents in terms of production, cinematography, storylining, the authenticities of stories told. But now with awards that we are seeing with the film festivals, surely there is much authenticity that is being exposed and expressed. In your thoughts and your views, in your own experience, where are we as the continent in terms of telling our own stories authentically?
I think at some point, because we were so influenced, or it was so much easier to watch, an American movie on whatever channels we have access to. We really, as writers, as producers, as creatives, you start really buying into other stories. But when you look at it, a lot of stories a lot of big movies, or even in theater that you see across the world, there's a lot of African aspect to it. A lot of American movies now are being shot across the African continent. And I'm talking big movies that are big, winning big awards across the world and that have star-studded actors. A lot of filming is now happening within the continent. Every now and then we hear so-and-so was in Cape Town because they were shooting a movie there. So-and-so was at Kruger National Park because they were shooting a movie there. So it tells us that there is something here that is needed internationally. And I think once we become more confident about our stories, and I don't even think it's about confidence, it's just wanting and willing to do it. And I think over the past few years, African and South African writers have come to know that we've got these great stories to tell. Especially when I'll just relate, especially to my documentary, the Dr. Mbongeni Ngema documentary. He became the best, second to none, when it came to theater, when it came to playwrights, and when he starts his documentary, he starts by saying that the youngest memory he has, a mother around a fire, and she used to tell him the greatest heroic stories about the Africans and his great grandparents. So those are the stories that he decided to tell. South Africa, Sarafina is a huge, great South African story, and where is it now? It's all over the world. It got awards all over the world. You look at the actors that came out of that, are big actors today in the country. Some of them have gone off to be overseas. I know that one of the actors in Sarafina, Colgate, he's now based abroad. You look at the John Carneys, they came from Sarafina. So we do have something, we just need to now open it. We've got an egg. We now need to open this egg and realize what's actually inside this egg. And then we'll be able to travel the world again with our movies and our storytelling. You even look at productions like The Lion King. Where does the whole idea come from? Who's the man behind all of that? And you look at other bigger productions around the world. I'm sure there's many other South Africans all over the world that we're not even aware of what they are doing. But I think we've really got something, and we just need the confidence. We just need to look into ourselves and have the confidence to just go out there and say, this is our story, and we're here to tell it, and the world will listen.
The voice there of Lindani Bense joining us, award-winning filmmaker and broadcaster, and he is the crooner behind the very celebrated Dr. Mbongeni Ngema, This Is My Story. And so we're just looking firstly at his accolades and where these are taking him across the continent, but also this interconnectivity that we're weaving as creatives throughout the continent. Let's go back to that family chat, Mr. Lindani. This is your home as well. SABC is your home. Tell me how
Yes.
broadcasting at the SABC, or perhaps just your entire trajectory in terms of broadcasting, how has this affected the way you produce films, how you script it, how you envision the story being told?
Well, I was at the SABC for a good 20 years. Broadcast is all I know. And I think sometimes ignorantly, you walk into workplaces, just deal with what you are there to do, what you've been educated to do, what you've learned, and what you hired to do, and you walk away. But when you get into an SABC, even if you just came there, for example, as an actor for one of the drama series, there's radio there all over you. There's news channels all over you. There's other actors all over you. There's just so much to learn, even the business side of things. So, when you get introduced to that kind of building and that kind of exposure, I think obviously it's important that, you learn a little bit of everything. And I think that's what I did. By the time I walked out of SABC, I was an on-air presenter, but by the time I walked out of there, I knew how to operate a camera. I knew how to report. I knew how to write. I knew what happens behind the scenes of some of these things. So when I stepped out, yes, I still had a lot to learn and still have a lot to learn, but at least you walk into a situation where you've got an idea, because there's nothing worse than walking into a situation without an idea. I'm reminded of a story where one of the camera gentlemen that I used to work with, they used to say when someone is new in the building, they used to say, can you go and get and fetch the bars, the bars that you usually see on the TV before, a movie starts back then, as if it's a thing that you go and fetch, and so if you walk into a situation with no idea what is what, obviously you'll learn the hard way. But I think the important thing is that you need to learn. So I think that's what gave me a head start when I decided to go solo, when I decided to open a film production company and choose this line stream as my second stint in broadcast.
Absolutely. I love the example you made there about going to fetch that particular item. I see my technical producer is laughing. She's cracking. She has an understanding of what happens on those ends of the world.
Exactly.
She knows exactly what's going on that end of the world. Let's talk about the realities of COVID. Now, COVID challenged our ability to be creative, right? Outside the reality that we couldn't cluster as a collective, there was also nuances that we needed to change in the way we spoke to people and the way we articulated ourselves. How people don't want to be sold to this present day and age. They want to relate. They want to feel like they are making the intentional decision to watch whatever it is that you're bringing out for them. How did this affect you in terms of piecing together this particular piece?
Wow, I think for me it was actually the biggest challenge. Other than the fact that I was doing my first full production, my first documentary. So the documentary that we're speaking about, the Dr. Ngema, This Is My Story, I actually began filming it in 2020. So after we had done some of the on-camera work, then we were hit by COVID. As a result of that, this documentary that we started in 2020 is only being released now in 2025. I think I sort of completed it in the beginning of this year. So, it put on so many more years. And I think for broadcast, we know that every minute is money. So, when a production is supposed to be a year and it becomes 3 years, you're talking not only 3 times a bigger financial backlog or back, but it can become 4 times more, 5 times more. And I think also when you get out of rhythm of anything that you're doing, because you go, you shoot this, and in mind you still have, okay, tomorrow I want to do this, and this is how I want to do it, and even the words are still fresh in your head, and you go and you just keep rolling and rolling and rolling until it ends. But when you're going to have a 2-year gap between anything that you're doing, whether it be in sports, whether it be in broadcast, whether it be in any industry, it really just, really just throws you off track. But also, I think there was also a lot that we gained from it. We're sitting here now having this conversation, with the kind of technology we have. And I think we all really had to get familiar with it because of COVID, because there was no movement, so things had to continue to happen. And even in the broadcast space, your space in particular, it's made things so much easier, because yes, you love an in-studio interview, but you know what? There's also a similar option, which is probably just as good depending where it is. And I think, with Channel Africa, it's even you guys are probably even more advanced, because all the interviews that you do across the African continent, come in this form anyway. But yeah, I think for the ordinary citizen, the ordinary South African, we all know how to use Teams.
Mr. Lindani, we are losing you there. If you could just repeat what it is you were saying. As we try and get Mr. Lindani back on the line. If you have just joined us, that was the voice of Lindani Mbense, who is an award-winning filmmaker. And this particular award that is being celebrated at this very stage is that Best Documentary Award that he garnered at the Simone Mabunu Sabela KZN Film Awards. We know that he will be taking the documentary Dr. Mbongeni Ngema, This Is My Story, to quite a number of spaces. He kickstarts off in Rwanda at the Mashariki African Film Festival, that taking place between the 22nd and the 29th of October. And then he comes into Ghana space, and he goes and he heads over to their film festival that takes place between the 28th and the 30th of November. And then we end off in Umlazi, and we'll be looking at some of his work at the International Film Festival taking place there between the 27th and the 29th of November 2025. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost our guest, but I do think he ended off with such a brilliant... No, we did not lose our guest. Look at my technical team doing the damn things. Listen, let's take a promo and then we'll get back.
Let the good times roll. From the 10th of October, make a note. Channel Africa is stepping into a brand new era with the launch of our upgraded website and app. It's easy, fresh, and always on your fingertips. Wherever you are in the world, Africa's voice is just a click away. The future of Channel Africa. Okay. Goes live from the 10th of October. Don't miss the moments. Africa Speaks on African Diaries with Shayla Ndikumana.
It is 11 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time. For those who are about to say angel numbers, it's 23:11. Let me burst that bubble. Not my place to do so. Listen, let's continue this conversation with Mr. Lindani Mbense, who is an award-winning filmmaker, and he is here to talk to us about Dr. Mbongeni Ngema, This Is My Story. But what's really interesting is that we're tapping into his story as well. Lindani, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. Just ending off on that note there, I want to come back to your story. Right, we've seen what it is you're capable of with respect to being able to help people detail out their stories. What a prolific story being told there. But I want to get yours. What's next? What's on the table for Lindani Mbense?
So the documentary is supposed to will be a series. So subtitled "This Is My Story." This Is My Story for me is about South Africans or Africans telling us their story. I think too often, we fail to document certain situations. We fail to document certain people. And, with time, we lose that. Everything must be documented. There must be a picture of everything. There must be a writing of everything that happens within a country. So This Is My Story, is just trying to pick up wherever I'm trying to pick up and just play my part. I'm looking at doing more documentaries on more iconic South Africans. A lot of, I initially had a list of some of the iconic South Africans I'd wanted to document. One of them, and I still cry about it till this day, was Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, who we've now lost. I think he had such a great South African story to tell. And it's not about digging into the politics, but who is he? where did he grow up? How did he grow up? What influenced certain decisions within his life? Who is he as a father? Who is he as a husband? And those are the kind of things that these documentaries are about. Because I think just because I become a politician, people think, that's my life. But there's so much more about me than just that. So that's what I try and tap into and dig out. And I think, when people see the Dr. Mbogeni Ngema documentary, every time anyone sees it, they just think, geez, I didn't know this about him. Oh, I thought it was like this. Oh, I didn't know that this is what it was. So, it's all about that. And this is my story, is about him telling his story the way he wants to tell it.
I think what's beautiful about your work is that you're making excellence tangible. I think more often than not, we see positions, we see glory, we see status, but we don't know the people behind the storyline. And so you're making it tangible for Africans to be able to say, listen, I too can thrive, because person X was ordinary like me. They had a story like mine. We're getting to know the nitty-gritties behind the character. And I think that is such a beautiful piece of work to pursue, if anything. The very last question that I have for you this evening is for people aspiring to step into the world of filmmaking. It has become so tangible. People are recording films on their phones. Their smartphones have become the new one-stop shop for everything, from editing to sound to shooting, you name it, it's there. What would you say to a young lad, a young damsel who's looking to pursue this particular sphere? They're saying, all I've got right now is my cell phone, but I too want to tell stories that I think will matter one day.
Yeah, I think we cannot run away from technology. We cannot run away from time moving forward. Also, I think a story is a story, whether it's written. We know we've got caves where back in the time where people used to draw certain situations and certain things, we're able to tell what was happening in their time. So I think if we reflect to now, whether you're doing it on a phone, for me, I'm old school, so it's not ideal for myself, but we've got a story to tell. We've got a role to play. However you need to document what you need to document it. If it needs to be improved one day by someone else, so be it. Let's start writing. I think storytelling, I think, starts very deeply in writing, because I think when you write rather than doing anything else, there's so much more thought, because with every word that you're writing, it has to make sense in your head. There's a lot of thinking behind it. How many times, if someone is writing, do they scratch the sentence before because it doesn't make sense to the sentence that they are going to? So let's write. Let's film. Let's document things. Let's get into it. It's such a huge space. The one thing that you can never be denied of, in whatever industry you want to get into, storytelling is yours. Your story is your story. What you want to tell about is what you want to tell about. I mean, look at this. We've got cartoons. To someone else, cartoons don't make any sense. We've got fiction stories. To someone else, that does not make sense. We've got science fiction. But someone has to and wants to listen to a certain thing. So I just think, let's not be shy. I think the biggest thing is we are shy of our stories. Dr. Ngema, in his documentary, he speaks proudly of the young boy he was growing up in rural Zululand, and look where he ended up. So it doesn't matter your background. In fact, I think some of the rural stories that we have, the stories that were told by our grandparents, the stories that we have to tell about how the behaviors of a funny grandfather, every time we go for Christmas, because I don't think you need especially, you can be writing and documenting your own family from Christmas to Christmas, if that's the only time you ever see them. And with time, I always make reference to a family tree. You can't just get to the end of a family tree. You need to start somewhere. How do you go back? You have to go and research, just like in any kind of storytelling. So if you imagine that, you are creating a family tree, or a family tree of a continent, you've got a leaf to put on there. So what is your leaf going to be? How does your leaf align with the tree? So, I think it's a huge opportunity for a lot of youngsters. If I speak to youngsters within my space here in the province in KZN. I know that KZN Tourism and Film Authority has a lot of opportunities, whether it's strategic sessions, whether it's showcasing and doing screenings and speaking to people who are within the profession, people that have the experience, whether it's bursaries. There's just so much happening. I'm sure there's so much happening in every province. We really need to start going there and engaging with those situations. If you would get a bursary now from, for example, a tourism authority, because you become their sort of brainchild and you become, you're born out of their situation. There's so many more other things that you can get assistance with and move along and go all the way. So yeah, I think youngsters, there's so much opportunity in the film industry. And also, just lastly about it, there's so many opportunities within it. You can be a camera person, you can be a technical director, you can be a producer, you can be an actor, an actress. There's just so much for you. And, there's a lot behind the scenes, including in post or pre or post productions also.
A whole world waiting to be unraveled is what I'm hearing, Mr. Lindani. Again, thank you so much for joining us this evening. Thank you for sharing and celebrating African excellence with us. We wish you nothing but the best on those screenings. And of course, come back and tell us more when you do get more awards, because I do anticipate that that's your streak now. You're that guy who wins the awards. We love it for you. We love to see it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
The voice there of Lindani Mbense, who is an award-winning filmmaker, and he joins us this evening. Tonight, we were unpacking he's, I suppose, I want to say excursion, but that's not the right word. He's going to be taking a tour across the African continent, particularly being in Rwanda and in Accra, that is in Ghana, and then he comes back to South Africa, telling the story of Dr. Mbongeni Ngema. This is my story through his documentary series. 20 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time. If you have just joined us, thank you so much for choosing us over the rest. We get into our next conversation in a short bit. Imagine if sound could paint pictures that you can tangibly experience. I want you to picture that. Let's get some music.
The Midnight Snack, 12 to 3 a.m.
Our fitness coach, her name is Yvonne Dimagazo Pasha. How to remain consistent with gyms, Dima, and I'm going to put you on the spot right now. As we are talking, I will send you my picture and I want you to tell me what you think I should work on. Because, when I look at myself, Dima, I think I'm very handsome. I'm so good looking, oh my goodness. Like here at Channel Africa where I work, I think I'm one of the most good-looking people ever. Like sometimes when I look at myself in the mirror, I never get used to how good I look. I'm just amazing.
You're okay with the way you're looking. You wish people could rap from and now you want to put me on the spot.
Do I need gym?
Yeah. I mean, if you can just consider eating healthy, cutting down a few foodstuffs such as junk.
The Midnight Snack, every Monday, 12 to 3 a.m. with Chanduko Ligege. We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet, Channel 628.
Too late for us. 2 a.m. 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 2 a.m.
story that moves the continent. It's on African Diaries on Channel Africa.
Exclusive from ofofolude.com.ng.
You don't see motor with a suicide door and electric charge. We they do pim 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 with American boys from Silicon Valley. If she put her feelings on cruise, tell her it's all over. Yeah. Why you wanna be my controller? Say you only see me like a soldier. Yeah, yeah. Leave her. If she move from leave her. Too many babes on signal. Cause my wrist like freezer. Oh no no. I'm your leader, Look my face like leader. All of my trips on visa. Offer Julio like Caesar. Yeah. Why you wanna put all of your load and all your cynical emotions in my wheelbarrow? No. Now when you there looking for best, you go devour your punani, you go call Lolo. She no say me, I be chop and move. She give me submission like he got and cool. Now give me permission, make I rough and do. Oh, brrr, Missy Malawi. She don't see motor with a suicide door and electric charge. We they do pim 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 with American boys from Silicon Valley. If she put her feelings on cruise, tell her it's all over. Yeah. Why you wanna be my controller? Say you only see me like a soldier. Yeah. Leave her. If she move from leave her. Too many babes on signal. Cause my wrist like freezer. Oh no no. I'm your leader, Look my face like leader. All of my trips on visa. Offer Julio like Caesar. Yeah. Feel like
Exclusive from ofofolude.com.ng.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802. Nighttime radio, just the way you like it, on Channel Africa, where the night comes alive.
It is 29 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time. Mposibina with that one titled Too Late for Mama. Her rendition of the Brenda Fassie Too Late for Mama. Beautiful song. If you ask me, her interpretation of the rhythm, the flow, just exceptional. And just after that, we had Loj, who took us to the west of Africa with that one titled Leader. If you're joining us for the very first time, this is African Diaries. Shayla Ndikumana keeping you company, and I'm with you for the next 30 minutes as we continue to unravel African stories that move and tug at our heartstrings. And I suppose the question to you this evening is in connection to the conversations being had, which is the sharing of stories and the authenticity behind the stories we share. Where do you think we are as a collective? Perhaps you want to speak for your country. You're saying, Shayla, I can't speak for the entire continent, but I can speak for Togo. Or I can speak for Benin or Zimbabwe or South Africa. I'd love to get your thoughts, your views, your opinion in actual fact. Find me on WhatsApp +27 6340 69126. If you're saying, Shayla, listen, it's not just opinion. I've got facts, okay? I've got stats. I'm here for that too. Again, that number sent through a voice note +27 6340 69126. For now, it's back into the music.
One continent, 1,000 stories. It's African Diaries, 10 till midnight on Channel Africa.
Fearless when you walk, honest when you talk. Forces can't shake you, no how. Your swagger precedes you, more. So step into your light, more. Remember who you are, battle of the sun. Let your magic shine, 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 more. Orekelewa, let it shine. Orekelewa, let it shine. Orekelewa, let it shine. Orekelewa, let it shine. The time has come for you to take your place. So stand tall and be firm. Let your voice be heard. Babylon's got to fall now. Your ancestors demand it or more. Release the ball and chain or more. Cause no matter what they do, despite what they say, we shine, shine, shine or more. Orekelewa, shine or more. Black gold always shine. Black gold got to shine. Let it shine, more. Let it shine. Black gold shine. Black gold shine. Black gold always shine, 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 more. Do you know, perseverance is the mother of all creation? Yes, we are black gold. Do black gold. Black gold of the sun, shine your magic, let it shine. Black gold of the sun, shine your magic, let it shine. Black gold of the sun, shine your magic, let it shine. Black gold of the sun, shine your magic, let it shine. Black gold of the sun, shine your magic, let it shine. Black gold of the sun, shine your magic, let it shine. Black gold of the sun, shine your magic, let it shine. Black gold of the sun, shine your magic, let it shine. Black gold of the sun, shine your magic, let it shine. Black gold of the sun, shine
Channel Africa, where every moment is an African celebration. Feel the energy. Feel the connection. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Look to the sky. I'm way up, way up, way up, way up. Time of my life. Never get enough. Can't get enough. No. I'm feeling the way that the music be talking to me. Straight to the body, I'm moving, no stopping. One thing on my mind. Turn this song up. Over way up. Ikibamba sana wapi nduru, oh yeah, oh yeah. 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 Tulewe ndindindi, tucheze chini chini, tuende nyumbani, tulale fofofo. Tulewe ndindindi, tucheze chini chini, tuende nyumbani, tulale fofofo.
Look into my eyes, girl. What's up, baby? Love of my life. What's up, sweetie? Jumeni, mutu ya ingo. Hapa naleta maringo. Kama baby go single. Simina wewe tumingo. Ay, mutu ya ingo. Hapa naleta maringo. Kama baby go single. Simina wewe tumingo.
Ikibamba sana wapi nduru, oh yeah. 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 Tulewe ndindindi, tucheze chini chini, tuende nyumbani, tulale fofofo. Tulewe ndindindi, tucheze chini chini, tuende nyumbani, tulale fofofo. Tulale fofofo, tulale fofofo, tulale fofofo, tulale fofofo. Kama unanipenda, kama unanipenda, oh yeah baby shuka chini shuka baby. Nakupenda, kama unanipenda, oh yeah baby shuka chini shuka baby.
Sauti Sol and Mikasa with that one titled Tulale 444. Before that, we had Black Motion and Wunmi and that one titled Omodudu. What a track. It is 41 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African time. A few moments to pay the bills, and when we get back, we chat all things how sonic energy can be manifested through sight.
The Morning Switch Weekend with the Shy Guy.
The story that takes us to Zambia. There are two men actually that were sentenced to prison for the plot to killed the president with witchcraft. You go like, what? So these guys were arrested actually in Lusaka. And what was found on them was a live chameleon. Can you believe that? Animal tails and bodies of concoction. That law takes us back to 1914, which is the Witchcraft Act. I can imagine now arrested and they go to jail for the next 2 years. You know, I presume that when you get to jail, they get to ask you actually, what is it that you committed? Now, this is the first of its kind, by the way, for somebody to be arrested for such. They in Pemba, whenever they pass, hey, Chikanga, hey, Uloya, hey, Mulosi. And imagine here I am in these early hours of the mornings, I get to talk about witchcraft.
Saturday and Sunday mornings belong to the Morning Switch. 3 to 6 a.m. Central African Time. Africa's heart beats one story at a time. On African Diaries with Shayla.
It is 43 minutes after 11 p.m. Central African Time. That audio never ceases to bring humor into the room. The voice there of the shy guy. Catch him on the Morning Switch, 3 to 6 a.m. Central African Time, every Saturday and Sunday. Time for us to get into our conversation. And tonight we are featuring a story that shows us the power of creativity without boundaries. Now, under the KZN Films on Global Stages banner, the KwaZulu-Natal filmmakers are taking South African stories to audiences across the world, from Finland to India to the Netherlands. And so we continue our streak of KZN proving to bring about a level of excellence that the world needs to see. Now, at the center of this journey is 6 Cents, a 27-minute long hybrid documentary funded by the KZN Tourism and Film Authority and supported by Africa Number One Filter and the British Council. Directed by Chris Ketz and Amilaka Patel, 6 Cents tells a story of our guest who joins us this evening. This is DJ Mkleshi Mo, a visually impaired music producer from Pompeni in KwaZulu-Natal. His story takes us on a beautiful sonic journey that starts off in Township Studios and ends off on global stages at festivals. And so we are going to be understanding how he redefines music and understanding, and how technology has given him the ability to really wow the world. DJ Mkleshi joins us on the line. Good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to African Diaries.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's quite the journey. I get extremely excited when I hear stories like this, right? Because I was reading up a bit on you, and something to the effect of you tangibly experiencing sound was something that sort of just busted my brain open, you know? And I want to gauge you on that. What does sound mean to you? And if you could, speak to us about the reality, how sound has become tangible to you.
Basically, sound to me is sight. It's basically how I make sense of everything. And this whole exploration of sound has actually helped me find a different voice. You know, we take it for granted, our environment, but there's just a whole lot going on in the environment. If you come down and actually listen, you realize that the environment has a lot to say. So for me, sight has become a sixth sense in a way. It sort of has replaced my sight in a way.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's talk about how you then interact with music. I want to gauge what's the interaction between you and music like?
Basically, it started off as a way of escaping because I couldn't really go out at night because I have a visual impairment called retinitis pigmentosa. One of the symptoms is that there's a lack of night vision. So it was more of an escape, you know, always having that hunger of, you know, of going to the club, but not really being able to go to the club. So I sort of created a sound and a world as to what it would be like, you know, if the club would actually come to me instead of the other way around.
So it's just more of an escapism more than anything else.
And let's talk about how Sixth Sense captures your storyline. For those who perhaps won't have an opportunity to gauge the story as it currently stands, what are they to expect?
Okay, basically, Sixth Sense just captures my daily life as a visually impaired electronic music producer. It starts from the very beginning when I discovered that I had a visual impairment, and to the present time, which is now, where during this journey of discovering and trying to find easier ways of creating music, because remember, softwares are not really optimized for visually impaired people. So it has been trial and error, trying to find a way around that as well, which led me to do research with regards to accessibility features when it comes to music production softwares, because they are built into softwares, but they don't really advertise them.
Let's talk about music.
Yes.
Right. I can imagine that that's what the club scene in KZN looks like. That's the feel, that's the groove. What
Yes.
drew you to music as a whole?
What drew me to GOM was the whole DIY spirit, because the first time I ever heard a GOM song was in a DIY studio. It was just computer speakers, and a DJ friend of mine actually showed me how to operate the software. So that was just my first introduction. It's sort of like that DIY spirit, punk rock, grungy. So what led me to it was that it was still new. It was still a lot to be done and experimented with. Whereas with other genres, it's sort of locked. You can't really do much because it's like set standard. But with GOM, it was still new. We were all experimenting at the time.
And DJ, what does it mean for you to see this particular documentary, Sixth Sense, travel not just across the continent but the globe at large? What does that say to you? What does it say about you? What does it say for you?
Um, it's very overwhelming, but in a very good way. I like the fact that finally awareness is gonna be created with regards to visual impairment. And I'm actually fortunate that I get the opportunity to actually express this in 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 a cinematic format, whereas other people that suffer from visual impairment might never get that opportunity. So it really means a lot to me, and I'm quite honored.
And then DJ, I mean, I was gonna try and get you to play something for us, but then time is not on our side tonight. However, we should have you back so that you can give us that KZN flavor. For those who are looking to step into the business of the creative arts, however, they
Yes.
do feel to an extent that I'm limited. It might not be a disability that we are cognizant of it, or for them, it might feel like there are limitations that draw them back. What would you say to them as somebody who's not only pioneering the space, but is also setting a new tone to the narrative?
I would say bet on yourself. Yeah, just bet on yourself and believe in yourself as well. You really have to believe, because it's pointless doing all the research, learning all these tutorials, and not believing that you can actually achieve it. So you really have to believe in it first and foremost, and then also be knowledgeable about the craft that you want to get into, know the history, know the legends in the game.
Absolutely. Let's talk about where we can get to know you, Mr. Legend. Where do we see you play? What's going on? Should we be expecting you on stages soon? What's happening?
Um, I'm, I'll be attending ADC, Audio Developer Conference in Bristol, from the 10th of November till the 13th. There's also going to be a screening of the film Sixth Sense. I'll be speaking at a panel with regards to accessibility in the audio developer community. So I'll also be doing a screening in London as well, and as well as performing in London and Bristol from the 7th of November till the 14th of November. Yeah.
Not you giving us international spaces. Something inside of Africa. No. Nothing booked. Are you not booked and busy in the continent? No.
No, not yeah. With regards to the continent, everything's still in the pipeline. Yeah, but I think when I come back from Bristol, I might do an event in Durban. I'm not sure yet.
Bo, you were supposed to say I might do an event at Channel Africa. Doctor. Doctor of Music.
We can make it happen.
Please. We are here for your music. So thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate, firstly, you bringing your story forth to inspire others, but also you going across the globe and proving that the African continent has so much to give and the world hasn't seen us yet.
Yes.
That is the voice of DJ Mqeshi Mo joining us this evening, visually impaired music producer and the individual at the heart of Sixth Sense, a documentary funded by the KZN Tourism and Film Authority and celebrated around the world for its message of creativity without barriers. It is 7 minutes before the show comes to an end. A quick breather, then we touch base with Morris Touch.
When the sun goes down, we don't stop the talk. Channel Africa, the best nighttime radio. Broadcasting in 5 different languages, connecting the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Oh, comment penses-tu qu'il t'a oublié? Quand il y a dedans, mon ami, tu seras que devant. Et s'il y a Dieu dedans, crois-moi, tu seras devant. Ma part n'est pas encore venue.
And that's how we intro you to the Afro Republic with Morris Touch in the next 5 minutes. If you have just joined us, don't touch that dial. This is SABC's Channel Africa, where we bring you that African perspective. Do find us on DSTV's 802. If not, 628 on OpenView HD. We are streaming live on YouTube, so the audio visuals are readily available for you. And then lastly, I want to encourage you to head over to our website, www.channelafrica.co.za. Morris of the Afro Republic joins us on the other side, broadcasting live from Bulawayo in Zimbabwe. Morris, good evening.
Good evening, Shayla and Kumana. How are you doing?
Morris. Yesterday it was my name. You called me Sheila. Now you're calling me Ndai Kumana. What?
Yeah, no, Shayla. I say Shayla and Kumana. You know, what do you take me for? You know?
Exactly what I'm asking myself. I am stunned here after all these years, Morris.
No, Shayla, no. I would make a mistake in anything. Your name, maybe your first name, not your surname. That's a royal name, you know. The clan will be actually, you know, I don't want to anger the clan, the whole Ndikumana clan. I don't want to. So I'm very careful when it comes to that.
All right, Morris, we hear you. Just to run you and scheme you through the show today, we were talking KZN to the world. We
All
see
right.
quite beautiful things come out of KZN. In the first hour, we looked at a documentary, an award-winning documentary that will be airing in Ghana at a film festival, in Rwanda at a film festival as well. This taking place in November, as well as in South Africa in Umlazi. There's another film festival, and we had an opportunity to touch base with the brilliance behind that particular I suppose, for the lack of a better word, that particular documentary, and that was Lindani Menze, who joined us on the line. And then in the second hour of the show, we spoke to DJ Mklishi, who is a visually impaired DJ and producer. However, firstly, the music he creates is stellar, stunning, top tier. But also, here's his story. He says that music has become his new sight. Sound has become his new sight. That's how he interacts with the world of sound. And that, for me, fascinated me from here to Cairo. And all of this is documented on a documentary titled Sixth Sense. So that's what happened on African Diaries. Morris, what comes up on the Afro Republic?
Sixth Sense. I would love to watch that documentary. Sounds very interesting and very inspiring, I must say. Yeah, I think inspiring is the right word.
Absolutely.
Very inspiring. All right, Shayla, we've got a fantastic show lined up for you. Friday it is, the weekend has just kicked off, and it's actually the 24th day of the month of October, fast approaching the tail end of October and getting into that space that we spoke about the last time, and you said, no, Maurice, it's not yet festive season, but we are getting there. We are getting there. In a week's time, it will be festive season.
Maurice, not a chance.
Whether you like it or not, it will be.
Maurice, when does the festive season start for you?
In October.
Okay, continue, sir.
Commercially, when does it start?
I can't say October. I can't even agree with November.
Oh, you can't. November will be somewhere else, man. Things will be happening in November. It will be festive season. Working half day, if you are a 9 to 5, you would work 9 to 2, and then you call it a day. But anyway, we've got a fantastic show lined up for you. We go in retro, spinning back the years and bringing music from yesteryear and touching on the sounds that shaped the sound that we are listening to today. So we've got a fantastic show lined up for you. And of course, the connection point does come through between 10 minutes to 3 and 3 o'clock, so as we head towards the tail end of today's edition of Afro Republic. Otherwise, it's a fantastic show, great music, and so much to understand and to know about the continent of Africa. As we journey through the retro spin, I'll be also looking at some of the artists whose contribution were not only in making their own music as a band or as a solo artist, but their contribution to other bands growing as well. You might want to know that Salif Keita and Morikante, the late Morikante, were actually in the same band at one point. So So when Salif left the band, Morikante took over and led the band. And you'd remember that when Morikante left the band as well, he went on to be a very successful artist. We first knew Morikante way before the blowing up of Salif Keita. Salif Keita blew up.
I see that you're getting into your show as we go.
It
is time. It is time. Let me say a big thank you to the team that has been on technical. We had Tito Macau. On digital production, we had Mike Mukwena and Elaine Vengani. From Shayla and Dikumana, it's been an absolute pleasure keeping you company. Until tomorrow, cheers.